Hello guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing amazing today. Today I want to share with you a little story that I've been wanting to share for a little while now, and it's pretty much how COVID-19 changed my life. So I think it's safe to say that the pandemic has changed everyone's lives, either positive or in a negative way, but I think it's also safe to say that we have learned a lot of things because of the pandemic. So the reason I've been wanting to share this story is because it's already been a year since this happened, and I just took a moment to reflect on all the things that have happened ever since, and I have really learned like a lot from it, and I hope you guys are doing the same and are able to, improve your skills in whatever you like to do and stuff like that, while instead of wasting your time. It's a lot of positive and negative things I have learned, but I really value the things that I care the most for now. And before, I really didn't do that and really didn't put the time and effort like for stuff that I really like doing. And this year is like it's been completely different. So a year ago, you know how the pandemic started early March. They were talking about how the pandemic was starting to spread and stuff like that. And but I really honestly didn't think much of it because like I was thinking like the rest. I was like, oh, this is gonna go away. They're talking about quarantine, okay, 14 days, but as soon it's gonna go away and we're gonna be living our lives in a few months, living our normal lives, and everything is gonna be okay. But I realized that wasn't the case when everything started closing down and they were calling like that, this was gonna last years and stuff like that. And that's when I really started to worry. The reason I started to worry was because mid March, I was actually looking for a new job. I was working retail, which I'm still am at the moment. But I was looking for a new job in a different field. I was looking going into sales and like business stuff like that. So I decided to get my license for car insurance sales, and I passed my test and everything was going so good. And I was even getting interviews, and I got two offers, and one of them I really didn't accept because the distance, it was not the one I was looking for. It was kind of far. So there was another interview I went to, and everything went great and stuff like that. And I really thought I was about to get into a new job. But keep in mind that this was in March of 2020. So the interview went great and he offered me a job, but I told him that I would have to think about it because how COVID-19 was developing at that time and businesses were starting to close down and reducing the hours. So I really didn't know if I was gonna be the best fit for that job since I didn't have the experience, and there was a possibility that I was gonna have to work from home, and maybe I was not going to be as successful as the people that already had the experience for it. So after carefully reviewing my options, I decided that I was not gonna take the offer, and I stayed at the retail job. And it was really a hard decision for me to make because at that time at the retail job, you would see a lot of people. I work at a grocery store, and you would see a lot of people buying stuff and like masking up and like panicking and buy toilet paper at that time. To this day, I really don't know why we used to buy toilet paper, but you seen that person buying it, you were like, I need it too. Like we're in the middle of a pandemic. The Lysol, they were packing for groceries and like for days and stuff like that. And I seen that there was a lot of like new jobs opening up in the groceries, and I really thought that my job in a way was safe, meaning like hours wise, and I was gonna get like I was not gonna get laid off because I seen like a lot of places that they were letting people go, and that was like I'm honestly thankful for that because to this day I still have the same job, and it's been a year, and some people haven't been able to find a job ever since. I'm really glad I made the decision I made because no one was gonna be looking for car insurance, and maybe like the sales were gonna go down and stuff like that. And over here at the grocery, I noticed that they were hiring a lot more people and they were giving more hours, and that really helped me out a lot. By me rejecting the offer meant that I was going to have to stay at the same place for a few more months at least, because the original plan that I had in mind was already out the window. Because the original plan was for me to already get out of that old job and go into the sales industry, but that did not happen. Fast forward of June of 2020, I actually got a promotion at the job that I was about to quit a few months back. It's funny because at that point in March, I really wasn't thinking of me starting a career and staying with the company I was with the moment at the grocery store and making a career out of it. So soon after the promotions, things started to get a little bit better in my life because I was actually earning more and I was in a new position. The next month, July 2020, was a big month for me because I bought my first car. I really didn't think of buying a car soon, but the opportunity just happened, and I thought it was a really great opportunity for me to get that car. Not only did I buy a car, but I also learned how to negotiate the offer, how to talk to the sales business guy. You know, at first glance, you're just going into the car lot, going and pick the car, talk to the sales guy that you want that car, and then sign for it. But I actually learned there's a lot more to it because there's tricky things that will help you get the car cheaper, and I did not know that time. So keep in mind that it's July 2020 already, and remember how at the beginning of COVID-19 in March 2020, my plans were already out the window, and I was not expecting any of this happening from me getting a promotion and me getting a car. But that was not it. There was still more to come. So in the following months, there wasn't really any highlights that I could talk to you about other than the new promotion that I got in June helped me save up faster and get more money faster. So December of that same year was a crazy month for me because I actually seen a house that I was genuinely interested in. So I contacted my real estate agent and talked to him about it. I told him I had seen a house that I thought it was in perfect conditions for me to do small renovations and soon start my real estate investing. He then proceeded to tell me about the steps and the other things I had to do to make sure we could place a good offer on the house. But at the time, I wasn't really thinking much of it because it was just an opportunity that I was not even planning on doing. So long story short, I told him to place an offer and we actually got accepted. I really don't know what to think to this day because the opportunity just came up and it just happened out of nowhere. So we put the offer, we got the pre-approval, and everything was looking really good and ready to go. So at the end of December, I really took the time to reflect on myself and the things I had accomplished, and it was a really crazy year. In the beginning of the year, in January, before the pandemic even started, I had different plans. So my plan was the following. First, I had gotten a camera because I wanted to do photo shoots in the weekends and work 9 to 5 in the weekdays. I was looking for a job that was 8 to 5 that will let me do the photo shoots in the weekends and still have time to edit and attend the clients that I was doing the photo shoots for. Then my next thing on the list was getting my real estate license soon after getting into the sales business. I actually put a pause to that because of the pandemic as well. I really didn't know what to do because getting my real estate license was going to be pointless if I was going to be in the middle of a pandemic where no one was looking to buy a house. Even though it's true that nobody was looking to buy a house at the start of the pandemic, I was completely wrong overall. Because myself, I had gotten myself pre-approved for a whole house in the middle of a pandemic. But anyways, like I was saying, my plan was to get my real estate license and probably be working as a real estate agent by maybe June or July of that same year. But that also didn't happen because, like I said before, I had actually gotten a promotion in June of that year when I was planning to get into real estate. My next goal that I was planning after getting my real estate license and starting my job as a real estate agent was getting houses for myself to flip and to rent out. My original goal after getting the real estate license and becoming a real estate agent was getting a house and a car. but that was not going to happen this year, or at least I didn't think so. I was thinking it was going to happen a few years from now, and it was going to be a slow start for me. I was wrong again, because all that was accomplished in the same year of the pandemic, which was the crazy part. I couldn't believe that the goals I was planning to accomplish last actually came up first, and that's just because of the opportunities that just are out there, and like you just have to learn how to take advantage of those opportunities that are given to you sometimes. So overall, 2020, I think it's safe to say that it was a crazy year for all of us. I really didn't think I was going to accomplish a lot in 2020 because of how things were happening, but I accomplished a lot. So to sum it up, the things I learned, the first thing I learned was to adapt to change, because your plans are not always going to come out the way you want them to. So you have two options whenever that happens. You either just sit there and just give up, or you just keep working to make something else work out for you. So in my case, I got that promotion, I got that car, and I got that house that I was not planning to get, but it was just an opportunity. So another valuable lesson I learned was how to negotiate a car, something that they don't teach you anywhere else. Another valuable lesson I learned is that everything happens for a reason. I didn't get the job, but that made me get the promotion, and that led me for me to get the car, and then that led for me to get the house. Maybe if I had gotten in the sales and that other job, I probably wouldn't have made none of that. And always remember that you're always one decision away from changing your life. If I would have taken that job, like I said, none of that would have happened. And I think that's the crazy part that I think about almost every single day. Always remember that you're one decision away, because like I said, if I would have had taken the job, maybe like none of that would have happened, or maybe it would have. Like, that decision is going to change your life. Every single decision that you make it wisely, because that's probably going to be a determining factor if you get the house, or if you get the car, or if you get that new anything that you want. Really, like, the decisions that you make, think about it, take measured risks. I'm not saying to play it safe, whatever the occasion is, but like, take measured risks. Like, I took the risk of me not getting that job because I felt like I was gonna be more successful in the place I was in, and it turns out that I was right, because I measured out my options, and I knew that me going into that other job was way more riskier and less safe. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate it. This is the end of this video. If you can please give me a like and a subscribe and share with all your friends, and I really do appreciate you staying to the end. And more videos coming soon, maybe on how to buy a house, how to buy a car, and other stuff that I have learned from this whole pandemic and the valuable lessons that I have learned in life. I hope I can one day share them with you. But I will see you guys in another video.